Welcome. Thank you for taking the time to complete this training as we prepare for the 2020-2021 4-H year. We hope this training will help you understand more about our programming and help you as a volunteer in our organization. Responsible management of club and team finances is extremely important in any organization. The email that was sent with this training module has the county funds policy attached. Please take the time to read the county funds policy, as we are all responsible for understanding and following the procedures. You will be asked to state that you have read the policy and will abide by the document in the Google form at the end of this training session. There are a few items that are very important to clubs and teams within 4-H. Clean receipts are essential for reimbursement. This means that if you purchase items for a club or team, be sure those are the only items on the receipt you turn in for reimbursement. We cannot reimburse the receipt if it is not clean. If you're purchasing personal items at the same time as 4-H supplies, you will need to do separate transactions to ensure a clean receipt. If you purchase items that require reimbursement, please fill out a check request form at our office. Along with the form, you will need the original receipt to attach. You will be asked to tell us what club the items were purchased for and give a detailed reason for the purchase. Large purchases should be a part of the club leader's budget for the year, which they will turn in by September 30th. Club leaders may check out a receipt book from our office. Please know the receipt books are subject to review at any time. They must also be turned in at the conclusion of the club year or team season. It is important that a receipt is written for any money that is taken in by the club or team. Please turn in money from club dues, shirt sales, and other items no later than 5 days from receipt. All fundraisers must be approved by the Extension Office and must be done through our office. It is important that any money collected through a fundraiser be receipted and turned in as soon as possible, but definitely within 5 days as stated in the county funds policy. When you bring the fundraiser money to the office, be sure to get a receipt from our office for your records. This protects you and our staff if a question arises about the money. Each leader submits an inventory of club equipment each year. We keep the inventory on record in our office for each club. Please ensure that items valued at over $100 are listed on the inventory. Coweta County is very fortunate to have many teams that earn trips to competitions both at the regional and national level. The travel reimbursement policy has been attached to the email that accompanied this training module for your review. If you'll be traveling with a 4-H team, it is important you read and understand the travel reimbursement policies. Laura Massengale, our administrative assistant and bookkeeper, provides monthly account status sheets to club leaders. She can also provide profit and loss sheets with detailed information for your club. It is very important that you look at this each month to know your account balance and to verify the information is correct. If you find a mistake, please let Laura know. Each program year, we need to get students enrolled so we can register for events. It is also part of our reporting, and we want to count everyone. Safety is very important, and the paperwork helps us to be prepared. This year, there are several forms that each 4-H will need to complete. The first is the enrollment form. This enrolls the student in 4-H and updates their personal information. The code of conduct. This form not only serves to outline behavior guidelines, but also serves as a photo release for in-person events. The code of conduct includes the dress code for 4-H events. If not appropriate to wear to school, it is not 4-H appropriate. The medical form. The medical form will serve as a general health form and may authorize some over-the-counter medicines for minor aches and pains. If medicine is required to be administered at a 4-H event, the 4-H'er will also need to fill out a medicine form to bring with the medicine to the event. This year we have 2 new forms which detail information about the virtual programming. Virtual programs, electronic consent for programs, activities involving minors, and the virtual programs participation agreement and waiver form. If you're considering doing a virtual meeting, please ensure that a 4-H staff member is invited to the meeting. It is best practice to have at least 2 adults and record the session. The staff of the Extension Office have Zoom accounts through UGA. This allows for meetings to be longer, recordings to be archived, and adds another layer of security. I would ask that you let us know and help us set up the meeting so that we can keep our students as safe as possible in the virtual setting. Booklets, publications, and other things you may create for your team need to have the 4-H emblem on it. Please speak with Kelly before publishing if you have any questions. The Office of Communications and Creative Services at UGA has downloads available. We have them saved in the office as well. The most important thing is to not distort the image. You can make it bigger or smaller as long as proportion is still there. For email and social media, please copy Roberta and I on team emails and make sure one of us is the admin if a Facebook page is created for your club or team. This allows us to be part of team communication and be able to better respond to parents and other stakeholders if the need arises. RMT, the risk management training. We're into our new 4-H program year, and your new risk management training has been sent out. Thank you to all who have completed the video and quiz. If you have not completed it, please make the time to do so very soon. You are not able to work with youth until this has been completed for the year. We must stay very active in ensuring that our 4-Hers have positive experiences in youth with great leaders. This training is a reminder of our role in the lives of the youth in our organization. In addition, new guidelines require that volunteers stay active every 120 days. Roberta and I will do this in a variety of ways. You might be asked to view a short video clip and fill out a Google form. Of course, most of you we will see at practices and at other 4-H events. Along with RMT, it is important that our staff and volunteers understand the UGA programs and activities serving minors policies. We are mandatory reporters. If you hear or see something, say something. Also, we need to be inclusive. We serve everyone in our community, so therefore we need to make sure that all reasonable effort is put into serving everyone. For example, if you have a student on your club or team that needs an accommodation at a competition, you will let me know and I will help get that taken care of. It is also important for you to understand the procedures for reporting injuries and other incidents. The policy includes information on code of conduct for program photo release, reporting requirements during the program activity, processes and contacts, disability accommodations and review, safety and security protocols, first aid guidelines and medication management, activities, risk, and responsibility of the program activity. Please look over the policy which is linked to this agenda. Please let me know if you have any questions or if you have an issue you need to report. I think it is important that we understand what 4-H means to the students we meet and mentor. I like this chart made by National 4-H as it shows how your role as a volunteer plays a large role in the life of the 4-Hers we serve. We want to promote belonging, mastery, independence, and generosity in all of our actions. Remember, the 4-Hers are always looking at us and will take our lead. This chart is a good reminder of what makes our organization great and how we can keep it strong. Communication is key to our success in our 4-H programming. The 4-H staff and the Extension Office work hard to make all of our programming possible. Please reach out if you need assistance. You will see a chart listing your points of contact for different needs you may have as a volunteer or club leader. We are here for you.
Planning is key for a successful event. District and state events will be posted with plenty of time for planning. These dates go on our office calendar. Each event will have a registration deadline. Local club activity requests should be requested as soon as possible so they can also be added to the calendar. For district and state events, a list of participants will need to be submitted to me, Roberta Prince, prior to the registration deadline. Most district and state events are automatically covered by insurance. If you're planning a county activity that is off campus, meaning away from the Extension Office or fairgrounds, you will need to request insurance by contacting Ashley Yeager, our office secretary. Traveling to an event will also require a vehicle request if you plan to use office transportation. For 4-H events that are during the school day, a school excuse letter will need to be sent to schools. I will make the request and copy parent and school attendance clerk and principal. Please submit a list of names to those 4-Hers needing excuse letters at least 2 weeks prior to the event. Event checks and forms for travel will be placed in the club or team mailbox prior to the district or state event. Traveling to any event away from the Extension Office or fairgrounds requires taking a copy of each 4-Hers medical information form. 4-Hers must adhere to the Code of Conduct signed at the beginning of the year, and volunteers must also adhere to to the volunteer agreement and 4-H guidelines. Kelly Zern will handle publicity and media for special events. Each volunteer-led club must be chartered each year. To charter a club, you must submit an action plan, calendar of planned events, and a budget. A financial report will be provided by the Extension Office. The action plan should include the club name, location, leadership, both adult and student, purpose, and objectives. You may also include any additional information that you feel is relevant to the charter of the club, like special rules and requirements. A club or team calendar should include regular meeting or practice dates and other important dates. A budget should be a basic list of the money that will come into the club and the money that will be spent for each year. Activity fees collected and event expenses are examples of items that should be included in your budget. The budget serves as an approval to spend money for the club or team account for each year. If your club was previously chartered, you will receive a packet at your volunteer meeting with the 2019 charter information to update. Our goal is to have all 2020 charters completed by September 30th.
At the date of this recording, we have 32 guidelines we must follow in order to hold face-to-face programming. All club meetings must be approved by Stephanie Butcher. Right now, a staff member must be present at each face-to-face club meeting or practice. The staff member will do the check-in for participants. Volunteers and participants need an intake form that needs to be filled out on the day of the practice. Anyone who stays for the meeting or practice also must fill out the form. This process will replace the need to fill out a sign-in sheet, since we will have a form for each attendee. Our meeting room can accommodate 25 people at this time with social distancing guidelines. Whether inside or outside, masks should be worn. At this time, no food or drink should be provided at meetings. Encourage participants to bring their own water bottle. After each practice or club meeting, cleaning is important. We have cleaning supplies at the office that will be available for you. Please help by wiping down tables and other points of contact. You will notice signs in the Extension Office that we're required to post for programming to take place. We know these guidelines are new to everyone. Think through your program ahead of time and try to minimize close groups, touching of items, and think about social distancing. In conclusion, I want to say thank you for your time, expertise, and commitment to the Coweta County 4-H program. We have a wonderful, successful program, and that is because of each of you. Thank you for your time. Please complete the survey that was included with the link for this training to let us know you have completed it. Roberta and I are meeting with all club leaders soon to go over further details, including chartering, financials for each club, and other safety measures that are in place. We're going to have a great 4-H year.